They just keep spawning?
Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza.
Box. Go. Back. Kyle. Is that your virtual box there? No. Where are those little ghosts?
You got a board full of scowls. All more rips. Is that spider gonna lose all its legs too?
Probably.
Good evening.
I need blood, Doctor. Warm.
Tell me, Thelma, what
I saw one and he saw me. I watched him hunt and kill.
you mean you actually saw a vampire? Here in London?
Yes. And it has been the answer to my pain.
You have no idea what problems your claim could cause if heard by the wrong people, Miss Howcroft. You must stop this nonsense now.
Why fear the truth? Strange things live in the dark, Dr. Reed. Strange and ancient beings that were here before this island even had a name.
Do you require my...
I have no need for your...
I'll leave. Good evening, Dr. Tibbets.
Dr. Reed.
Kokoran, I want you to tell me about... How did he die? What happened?
He was my patient. He died because of my mistake. That's the blunt truth.
What was the nature of the mistake?
It was a twofold error. My diagnosis was wrong, and the administered dosage was too strong.
Who was this patient?
I don't know. Some sick man from the docks, maybe a fisherman. I had no time to talk with him. No one claimed a body.
Why not stop practicing?
Are you mad? I killed that man, I admit it, and it won't happen again. I have saved so many lives since then.
Goodbye, Doctor.
Here, put these back in the box.
Or read it.
Kyle, if I do not see you out here participating in house cleaning, you can stand in the corner.
Basically,
Finally, you've returned, Doctor. Did you find anything of value?
Yes, nurse.
You've worked your first miracle, Doctor. Now, this patient here needs immediate...
You need choice.
Duty
It's what
called?
fucking you.
When the storm is past, I'll show you how to mix the remedy yourself with the same basic ingredients.
Many thanks, Doctor. When you've finished, you ought to report to Dr. Swansea in his office. He's been looking for you. Seem pressing.
Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
I have retrieved your letter, Mr. Goswick. I can assure you that nobody read it but me.
Thank you. This is for you, then. For your help. And for your silence.
I think you should talk to one another. It would be good for both of you.
Thank you, Dr. Reed. I'll think about it. Now, please, let me be.
All clothes washed.
I've read your letter, Mortimer.
Say put clothes up
You
for
wrote
tomorrow.
about an unbearable...
There's nothing more to say, really. It's hurtful. It's unbearable.
Kyle, I told you to take them all the trash.
I feel.
The world is bleak. But maybe the pain we feel is the best compass for making it a better place.
How can we repair the world, Dr. Reed, when mankind is the biggest problem? Yes, the world will be a much better place when we're gone.
Come on, what are you doing?
I've read
There's nothing.
the world.
How can we...
Why isn't it worth the rest of the...
I have to go now.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
Good evening.
Your son wished to die, Beatrice. Why did you...
Are you not aware suicide is a crime? Mortimer could be...
I understand you fear the legal consequences, Mrs. Scott.
All my son needs is help and comprehension. Not judge...
Mortimer is extremely vague as to his motivations for...
As you say, Mortimer had no reason to die.
Why did your son feel so useless?
I think it was more that he could only see the melancholy facets of life. He couldn't help but...
What do you think he meant by making the world a better...
Mortimer has always been a sensitive soul.
I have read your son's suicide.
He threatened to kill himself a few times before.
Punish you? Why?
I've known for a long time he was not happy with his life. But I always hoped he cared enough to avoid making me suffer like this.
Do you realize your son could try to kill himself again? He might succeed next time.
I think about it every minute. But I won't stop fighting for my son's future. That's how much I love him.
You're right. Your son's death was not fatal. And unlike many on their own, he is lucky to have you by his side.
I can't give up on him. I just can't. I have conceded many times in my life, but giving up on my son is something.
Goodbye, Miss. Good evening, Miss.
I'm okay.
Your mother won't let you down, Mortimer. Won't you share her hope for a better future?
No. I don't.
Won't you even try?
Do you want me to promise you I'll get better? Do you want me to tell her the same thing? I could, but it would not change anything.
Do you need any help?
I don't mean to be a burden.
You are not a burden, sir. Healing you is my responsibility.
And you have my gratitude for that.
I have to go now, sir. But
Good evening, sir.
Oh, yeah, supposed to be looking for Brannigan.
Still standing after this epidemic.
good evening.
Good evening, Doctor.
Tell me what Dr. Tippett did. I know his mistake caused a patient's death.
If I had not covered up his error, Dr. Tippett would have been fired from this hospital. I could not let that happen.
You can't allow your emotions to dictate your conduct concerning patients, Miss Brown.
Look around you, Dr. Reed. Do you really think we can afford to lose a brilliant practitioner like Dr. Tippett in our situation?
Right there.
I can't say I approve of what you do. As a field surgeon, I know that some situations are the rules.
I'm not proud of what I've done, but to contain the epidemic must be our priority, so we can't afford to lose Dr. Tippett.
I've decided that I won't reveal Dr. Tippett's, shall we say, misdemeanor.
I'm so glad you share my point of view. Dr. Tippett is a brilliant practitioner. We most definitely need his know-how.
This is a huge risk we're taking.
Dr. Tippett must regain his confidence. Please, keep this decision between you and me. He doesn't need to know you found out.
Goodbye.
So I failed one. You probably can't have them all. No, I mean, yeah, let's go turn this quest in, then we're gonna finish it up.
Try your dagger on.
Please, Jonathan, come in. Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea, but my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
It may seem strange, but your words have brought me some comfort here.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
There is no need to apologize, Edgar. You offered me sanctuary when I had none.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what I need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
Oh, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Excellent. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
So now let's rob everything that we can in his office. What do you got for me, Doc? Interesting. Anything over here? No. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna call it here for the day. Thank you so much for everyone coming watching our playthrough of Vampyr. Make sure to hit that follow button so you can see when we go live. And of course, we'll be continuing our Scaretober event tomorrow. And as always, have a good night, stay safe, and I will see everybody tomorrow.